And we are back. So, last we left off, the crew here has found themselves, after a harrowing experience, a sporadic shift through space and time, managing to avoid the tender embraces of Yog-Sothoth and his various interdimensional shamblers. We're able to find safety, relative safety, in the quaint office of Professor Trist, the ancient, wizened Tristan Varel that we all know and love, where some discoveries were made, as well as a what would we call that? A vestment given in the form of a crystal that can banish aberrant creatures, as well as tidbits of information. One of those being a bizarre book that was handed to Tristan Varel. That was given several various stipulations in its reading, as well as a tasteful mock-up of a certain other party member's sister in various poses and attire.
Quite tasteful.
Exactly, very tasteful. I imagine black and white, kind of like photo-like quality.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, it's neither here nor there, not here nor there. But regardless, though, all of you have found yourselves transported back to your material plane, specifically to Silver Durai, outside the barracks at the edge of the lower section of the city. As you are transported, you find yourselves in the presence of a few of the soldiers as you just apparate out of nowhere. Some of them kind of turn startled. A female voice belts out, "That's enough." They're with me as Captain Von Ria Devala steps out of her tent. "Well, you're back much sooner than I thought you'd be. I do not see the Marshal."
He's with us.
"Where is he?"
Gesture over to the bag.
"You put him in a bag of holding."
Yeah, he's currently deceased.
Yeah. Well, I'll take him
I
out.
stopped him from decaying.
You just kind of like drop him out. He comes out in his.
I'm out.
He plops out in his like state, like still wide-eyed, just like unceremoniously dropped on the floor in front of everyone.
No,
there are
no.
gasps. Oh, not the Marshal!
Why?
People are like, and Davola's like,
Hold on. Hold on.
the name of the.
Throw a blanket over him. Jesus.
Bring him in here. Bring him in here.
Rogar,
just
why?
kind of like grabs him and just kind of like walks him into
Imagine
the
just like
tent,
dragging him.
throws him down. Oh, dear. Oh, by the gods that I don't care for. Very well. So, I see my station looks like it's going to be quite permanent. What is
Not
on his body?
necessarily.
He is able
We
to
didn't
be...
do that.
I sure
He was
hope
already
not.
like that when we found him. We can
you-
bring
you-
him back.
Holy man, can you bring him back?
Resire.
Yeah, I could bring him back, but I do not have the energy. I need a long rest. I'm very tired. We have everything we need, but my je ne sais quoi, huh?
Very well. If you need rest, you can find rest. Unfortunately, in bringing back the dead to life is quite a feat. You sure you're up to the task?
I don't know. We have some ember to use.
You came back with Ember.
Well, not
Oh.
me personally, but we have some, yes.
We found probably enough to bring him back.
Oh, we have plenty, huh?
How much did you find?
Oh, he was
Not
about
that
6
much,
foot tall.
Rosier.
No, not enough. No, like a little
Christ.
bitty bit, tiny baby amount, but not very much at all.
I would have you know that that is a much valuable resource.
Yeah, so
Yeah, just
we
enough
Should
to
you
bring
wish
him back.
to
just enough to bring him back. That's right.
should you wish to depart with some of your material, you would be rewarded handsomely. As you would know,
Handsome.
Zune, the anchors that keep our city from falling away into nothingness are powered by Ember.
I would
Zoom
know
deal.
that.
Will Zoom be able to claim her house back? His house back?
It would go a long way with the council should you supply the means for us to continue our existence.
Oh, it's a get out of jail free card. I mean, if we had some, we do not have very much, just a tiny little bit.
I will talk to the rest of my team. We're all very tired, and after we have had a rest, we will see if we can accumulate enough to be useful for you.
Very well. Very well.
But at first, we will take a long rest. And we will
do you need
revivify this gentleman.
Do you need a place to stay? You are more than welcome in the barracks if necessary. Your house has been repossessed, as you very well know.
I am very much aware.
That is
Thank
beyond my station. I apologize. Thank you
Which
for at
station
least.
is it?
I am the captain of the guard.
I
am
know.
not on the council.
So the council. Okay. So if I pled my case to the council, that would be the means through which I should get this house back.
You know, the council of 12, or should I say 10, should I say 9 now? This is, there's someone that is no longer on the council, as their head was decorating my holding cell.
Yes, the head that's decorating your holding cell after you put a criminal at the time in there pending charges.
Are we going to hash this again?
Oh, no, I thought you wanted to, but if you don't, then yeah, we can continue from here. I can just go get a nap somewhere.
I simply was allowing a son to see his father before his supposed trial, and let's just say he ended up murdering his dad. A little bit of patricide, perhaps.
Oh, that's what happened? Okay, I thought it was let a murderer into a room to kill his son.
Sun's going down.
Didn't have a lot of equipment. Okay, fine. You know what? No, we can hash this out later. I appreciate your support. You're welcome on us bringing this back and bringing a holy man who can raise him from the dead and possibly some Ember Shard. You are very welcome. I'm so happy to help. I'm so happy to be of service. I love this city. This is fantastic. Let's go get a nap somewhere, maybe at an inn. Thank you.
Azun turns and leaves.
That was good, Zune. You're getting better.
I am working really hard, Tris. Thank you. You're welcome.
Cold, staring eyes of the Dark Marshal just staring up at the tent. Dirt covering some of his body as he was unceremoniously dropped in the courtyard earlier.
Damn it.
You all leave. Where do you plan on staying?
We need to find out that potion shop. We need to check on Yarla.
Okay. You venturing towards the potion shop? The dark and dreary? Okay. So, you begin to make yourself, make your way towards the dark and dreary. As you approach, you see that there are, first off, there's a massive closed sign on the door. It looks like there's no lights on inside the shop itself. And if you remember, it is a two-story shop. What would you like to do?
Knock on the front door.
You knock. No answer.
Try the doorknob.
try the doorknob. It is definitely locked.
Do I have an ancient door? Let's have a look. Link arms with Velree.
Okay.
And I do have it. And dimension door to the second room.
Okay.
Or the room that we were staying in.
Okay. All right. So you grab a hold of Velree, and you pass through dimensions. Zune.
Before she does it, Rogar is going to, before he does it, grab Zune. We just had a dangerous experience that you blamed on me, and I'll take
It
responsibility for it.
was
But
your
perhaps
helmet.
it's so quite so quick and dipping our toe into the
You are smarter than me,
extra-dimensional.
Rogar. You're right. I don't always think things through. I appreciate this, and I appreciate you. I value what you have to say. Thank you so
yes.
much.
Thank you. I feel the warmth of your words.
Good.
Thank you.
That's how I wanted it to be taken. I'm getting good at this. Fine. Rogar or Velree, could you break this door down, but without calling attention to it?
Velree could open the door.
Brute force strength.
Okay. You guys are going to rip the door off the hinges. Very well. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Before we do that.
Yes.
Wait. I forget. I have thieves' tools. I'm going to try that.
You also have gloves that allow you to pick things.
Yeah, I forget. I'm sorry.
And roll a sleight of hand check.
That might be a little less attention grabbing.
Dear Lord.
Okay. So I'm at a disadvantage, so 16.
That is more than enough to open this lock. Azun takes out some of her tools, her fingerless gloves, some of his tools, begin to work the more not so pleasant aspect that he is capable of using. The little hum of a jaunty tune. Within short order, the lock is unclasped, and the door pushes inwards.
Velree or Rogar
Okay. I go
or
with
Resire.
I mean, what's it look like? We open the door and then it's
Velree,
dark.
It's extremely dark. But Velree, you take a step in, and you see a bit of movement, and then stepping out of the darkness is a individual that you recognize as you will notice that the younger drow woman that you just did a few things with, Dilva, the one that may or may not have a bit of a grudge against Zune's family, steps out of the darkness. She's kind of like working a shoulder, where it looks like there is or was a wound that has been bandaged over. It's just you. Okay, good. Is everyone else here? Did Trist not leave already? Trist was just here.
He wasn't.
Do you look like this, Trist?
You open the door more, and Trist is standing there. Yes, we managed to kill all of the bandits, or whatever you'd have them, holding Yarla, and then you came and picked her up.
Time was a chip.
No. How long ago was that?
10 minutes ago?
What direction did we go?
He didn't. Trist walked. It was just him. He grabbed her hand, walked out the door, and then he disappeared with her. Gone.
Okay.
I suppose they didn't say where.
No,
Where was I
you
going?
did not. You just said that if your companions came to tell them to give Vern a call.
Okay, we're gonna have to take care of that.
What that means.
I assumed it was some code or
He
regardless.
works for them all.
Oh, really? Well, there's a bunch of dead guys in the back. I'm gonna slip outside. If you need anything, just head over to the tavern. I'm gonna be sleeping one off.
Yes, we step out and lock the door and start walking toward the tavern.
Before you step out, Trist, you hear a voice in your head. Well, 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 how the tables have turned. I've got something of yours. You got something I need. Bring the orb. Come alone. We'll make a trade.
Was it Vern's voice or is it Kazan's voice?
It is Vern.
Vern's voice. Yeah. And where would you have me go?
Go to, let's see here. Because he's going to have you meet with an associate of mine. You need to find the Little Death. Ask for Mistress Tharn. I know it's a bit out of your pay range, but you'll have to cough up a few coin. She'll know how to get to me.
Yeah. I'll be hearing from you.
That you will, Trist. That you will.
All right. Well, I just spoke with Vern. He wants to make a little trade. He wants the orb. He'll give her up. He's set to go to the Little Death, talk to Mistress Vaughn. He told me to also come alone. Now, I assume you all aren't going to let me go alone. Perhaps we can think of something while we take our rest.
Yeah. So that orb you have you figured out what it does yet?
Which one?
The one that Vern is after. I don't know.
And it allows me to pull in other versions of myself. I can control them for a certain amount of time. The more I learn about it, I can summon whoever I want to. Now, I don't know how it works if somebody else has it. I assume they can summon in versions of themselves. I don't quite understand that part.
You realize that was how you were doing that.
I know. I mean, we could try that. Ooh. Pass it around.
Yeah,
actually a good idea.
That's quite a powerful item.
What are you trying to say? We're helping you, Trist. I can take it.
Yeah, anyway.
That's true.
I'm open to all plans.
I say we kill him.
Yeah, that. And also those shamblers. How is it they're coming after us again? Is it just because we we were seen by that horrible eye tentacle thing, or is there another way to track them?
I assume the more time we spend doing interdimensional travel, the easier it is for them to track us.
I wonder how you would make them track someone else. Is there a way? What are they? Okay, now I have to go study Shamblers. I need to go to the college. But oh, you're gonna make me read a book, Trist, that's not a story or fantasy or lore. How? Okay. Yeah, let's go get a drink. Let's go get a drink and figure it out.
We would get a drink.
Okay.
And probably hopefully somewhere to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the below section of Silver to Rye, there's not exactly a tavern, if you remember. There's more of just shops and then the estates of the houses of Silver to Rye. So if you want a place to like spend the night, you're going to have to go back above to more than likely to the Thirsty Mark.
Have we
Well, we
finished all
should
our
have it
tasks down here?
You tell me what you guys want to do. You tell
Do we
me.
need to go back to the
we-
college for anything?
To give that guy his stuff that we collected if we want to, and he could give us fast transport through Fungus.
He was going to transport you guys to a place where he collects materials that would be close to the destination you wanted to assault the Mar stronghold.
How far are we away week-wise from, or day-wise from the Mars big get-together? Or Marcon?
Well, you were gone quite a few days in the Underdark. You have approximately, if the information was correct, you have 2 days. Meaning a sleep tonight, and then the next day would be your final day.
Do you think Vernon's going to be at this big maw gathering? We can just go straight to the source.
He was on the call that I witnessed in Quintel's family estate.
I was still going to do Zune's bomb idea. That was a lot of fun. That was a good idea. Bomb them all.
However, if we do the bomb idea, I fear Narla might be caught up in
She
the...
recovered from a dragon frying her in half. Or wait, that doesn't make sense. But you know what I mean. You get the point I'm trying to make. The dragon killed her and she just came back. She keeps coming back. I feel like she could probably recover from that.
Perhaps,
Hopefully.
but we witnessed a large portion of land destroyed by one of these things close to Carnage. You guys were all unconscious at the time, but I was very much conscious, and I remember quite the explosion.
Oh, I think that explosion took us out. No, I remember getting taken out by that. It's a good.
But either way, Rogar wants to systematically take them all out one by one. You go straight to the source where Vern's going to be. Then we might have more leverage if you're trying to actually rescue Nyarla.
Is there a way we could discern where Nyarla is being held?
I don't believe so. I mean, she could be anywhere, technically.
There are no spells that would do such a thing.
I'm not aware of any way for me to track where she is.
Now, you may not be capable of doing them, Trist, but you know spells do exist that allow you to find people. Scrying spells, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Not something that you yourself, but there are people that can.
Back to Tristan. I mean, possibly that professor. in the college might be able to do it. I mean, if Velree bats her eyes at him, he'll be able to do anything for us.
That is a possibility.
You're not wrong.
It's just a thought. Instead of trying to chase down wherever Niala is,
Let's do it.
we know where Vern's going to be.
Broach's gumshoe. A professor.
Yes. I believe Razar broke the magical elevator.
He did.
Did he though? He
I think he touched it and then it fell apart.
But it was probably, did not pass inspection. It was not up to code. Huh? Obviously, it was poor craftsmanship.
In Rosire's defense, it's not like they had instructions posted next to it that said, don't use divine power to power this. So that's really on them. And I think we should do your
Like
idea
I said,
and try to see.
it was a poorly licensed and probably, unsafe elevator all the same. Huh?
Well, I like to make sure we're all in agreement. Velree, if you agree to take on this endeavor of talking to Mr. Gumshoe.
Perhaps we can rest in the barracks and then figure this out tomorrow.
I'm not doing any more than batting my eyes. If it gets touchy, I'm killing him.
I expected as much. All right, we'll go to the barracks. We'll rest.
You move back to the barracks with perhaps much on your mind, thinking about what might be transpiring right now, what could be transpiring soon. There's a bit of a tremor throughout the entire city in about an hour, a shaking for just a moment.
Like the one we felt before?
Like the one you felt before, and then it stops.
Cool.
You move to the barracks. No one seems to be too concerned. You would know, Zoom, that you feel tremors from time to time in the Underdark. The very earth shifting and moving. The Underdark itself, a not so tenuously stable environment as it is. Regardless, though, you are giving safe rest at the barracks. You will not need to roll any watches or anything of the sort. You all get a full night's rest. You get to remove 1 point of exhaustion. Gather all your spells back. Rogar returns to his usefulness with his full hit points. And the next day is yours.
This rumbling's making me nervous. Should we give the torso to the captain?
That's the biggest part, huh?
Fine with me. If it helps you get your house back, Zoom.
That's true.
I'm more concerned about the Underdark swallowing the entire city, but
that too.
Yeah.
Now we can wake that poor dead fellow up, huh? I feel so good.
Yeah. Let's wake him.
Do we wake him up here? Do we wake him up back to somewhere else?
Let us wake him up here in the barracks.
Maybe we could put some clothes or something on him so that when he wakes up, he's not too horrified. Yeah.
We stored him in the bag?
So upon waking, you gather yourselves. You report back to Captain Davala. Well, I hope you all get a good night's rest. Please, Rosier, would you mind lessening my labors around this very moment?
One moment, let me pull up everything that we'll need. We're going to cast Revivify.
It is actually. It'll be. It won't be Revivify. It will be Raise Dead.
Oh.
Because Revivify is 2. It's only 1 minute. Yeah.
Let me do the thing here.
5th level spell. You need 500 gold pieces, and it takes 1 hour to cast.
To do the thing. All right.
Mm-hmm. So you all chip off some of the old parts of the arm that you've already shattered. Rosier, you're taking the components, utilizing whatever ritual space you would like to use, Rosier. That's up to you. Assuming probably something kind of like a fighting circle is drawn. There's very ceremonial weapons that are kind of set out as Rosier begins to commune with his goddess. The hopefully soon Dark Marshal's body is laid in the center, still in that state of temporal disjointness that Triss put him in. Rosier, you begin to intone the spell. The rest of you are welcome to look on or do something else, but it will take 1 hour to cast. At the end of the casting time, Rosier, part of this ritual is reviving the body.
Mm-hmm.
Your particular goddess is more of a physical being, and she requires a tithe.
Yes.
A tithe of blood. Your
Indeed,
blood, Rosier.
Of course, my blood. I'm glad to give my life's blood to my goddess, huh?
You slash your hand and
Klingon
drip the blood across the corpse. And within seconds, he is raised back, comes back into existence. His eyes are wide and crazed. He begins to scream and shout loudly, writhing around, just slashing at anything near him with his naked hands. The captain says, "Restrain him! Restrain him!"
Rogar is gonna put his hands on him.
Rogar, you kind of like grab him and push him down. He's impossibly strong right now, Rogar. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
I'll come over and assist.
Okay. You can have advantage, Rogar.
All right. 16.
16. Just enough. He had a 15 for his strength check.
Ooh.
As between Rogar and Velree, you begin to hold him down, and he's thrashing wildly, impossibly for such as a drow. Even though he's heavily muscled and a veteran soldier, he's still but a drow man. He should not be this strong. As he screams out, "They're right! They're right! The stars were right again." His eyes begin to bleed black fluid.
Would Greater Restoration restore insanity? I don't even know.
Do you want to try Zoom?
I want to try it.
Do you
using
have the material components for Greater Restoration?
Apparently we have endless material components.
I don't know about
I just
endless.
need 100 gold.
So you take some of the powdered arm that Rosier was using, and I'm assuming you do this with psalm of some kind.
Yes, something soothing, something incredibly soothing.
You cast the spell on him, and he begins to kind of, and then he just kind of stops and stares motionlessly at the ceiling. He goes completely slack. He's breathing.
Can you read his thoughts?
He is alive, huh? But I can tell you this: returning from the dead is a bit of an ordeal.
That's just
I don't think that was just returning.
Is that normal?
No.
Someone coming back from the dead is never normal.
Do they bleed black fluid from their eyes?
Well, you know.
Not any of the times I came back.
No. But also sometimes we do not always look like what we did before. It's very strange.
It's true.
To come back from the dead, huh? Everything is always a little off. It's right there in the instructions. It tells you, huh? Things might be weird.
This is perfect.
Obviously, he is so strong because of my blood, but I can't explain everything else.
I'm going to use Helm of Telepathy to try to see if he's sane at all. If it starts getting a little bit too, I'm going to pull out.
Okay. You go to read surface thoughts. Zune, you don't hear anything coming from him.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Blank.
Yeah,
No
right.
thoughts whatsoever.
Oh no. We may have merely
Wow.
revived the body, but not the soul, huh?
I'll have my claws ready to go. Just give me the word.
I mean, they may as well be a snack for you, Velree, huh? We don't know.
No one is killing the
guys.
man. You've already done enough. I'll tell you,
What is a man without a soul, huh? He is here. He is a blank slate.
Does he not have a soul? Is that what has happened?
Who's to say he has no thoughts? Is that right?
Exactly.
His mind is a blank, eh?
What is that? What have you done?
I did nothing but what was required.
Zune? Granel? If you think that this sham that you have put on at this very moment is enough to earn you back your place in our city, you are wrong.
Disparage the words of the lady.
What's wrong?
Sham.
Well, now you listen here. You don't talk shit about Zoom or Chris, whatever your name is. And
Sorry, I love you so much.
print out. Flash my claws.
Guys, I can't believe I'm saying this. This isn't helping. Something's wrong. We don't know what is wrong. And by this isn't helping, I mean, Velree, you are helping. You, Captain, you are not helping. Just need to clarify. Surely, maybe someone at the college has seen something like this before we start on the blame game and devolving into conversations about who killed who and who was deserving of what at that one time that I got arrested that we're not going to talk about because we agreed to not talk about it again.
I think that
maybe it could be something productive.
You have thanks in bringing back the marshal, but that is it. I will handle the rest. You
handled getting the marshal. That's fine. No, Captain. No. Yep, that's fine. No, yep, you've got it. You've got it under control, obviously. So, you know what? You're welcome.
We talked about the Zoom. We're working on this, remember?
We are working on this. I apologize for my candor, okay? I'm a little stressed. I'm a little tired. I went through a lot to try to bring him back here to you. Everyone risked their lives to bring him back here to you. I am sorry for the state he is in. We did what we could, and I'm happy to do more, but you seem to think that you have it under control, and I will not overstep anymore. I am going to leave now. Good luck. Let us know if you need anything else. Have a nice day.
I will tell you this, Captain. If you were in the hall, I would challenge you if you were worthy of the lady. I will spit on you. You ever disparage that Lady Boel again.
Before I leave, I'm going to try to take out the torso, chuck it at her. Good luck for the restoration efforts.
She moves out of the way as it smashes the table next to her. Don't.
You're welcome.
Be sure to touch it with your bare hands. I'll see how that goes for you.
Azune, I will, just because I think it's going to be funny. Go ahead and make me an athletics check to see how far you can even chuck the torso.
Right in front of me.
If I see Zune struggling, I would help.
Flips out of his hands.
I want to see Zune
Don't
do
embarrass.
it first. And it's a
Hang
9.
on.
It's a 9. It's a 7.
It's a 7.
Because
wait, no, I'm at 2 now. I'm at 2.
Yeah, you're still.
What is exhaustion level 2?
You're still at a disadvantage on skill checks for sure.
I'm struggling here.
You go, and it kind of like rolls. It doesn't really like smash. It just kind of like rolls next to her. Dude. Well.
You're welcome.
She just kind of looks flustered, looks at all of these things that have transpired in front of her at this moment. Okay.
Hey.
You've embarrassed me 2 days in a row.
And soon, do you leave? Or is that it?
Look to
You have to walk.
Rogar.
You have to walk away after that.
You just stand there, look at her.
Yeah.
Should we tell her
This
about
has been
the
horrible.
dark-
May we never cross paths again. Have a nice day. And walk away.
I'll give it.
Shut up, Rogar.
Velree hisses. Rosire spits, apparently.
He insulted the lady boy. Eh? There you cheap tricks. I should.
Zoon's a man.
Got Velree's arm. Yeah. Yeah. Marching away. Grabbing
I'm glad.
Velree's arm.
I'm glad we got that done so early in the morning.
So early in the morning, got it knocked out. All right.
One last thing.
French.
You leave the barracks behind with the disgruntled captain. You hear her shouting for some of her men to come. Orders being called. You begin to make your way towards the Cinder Bane Tower, the College of Magic within Silver Durai, where, as you enter, you find that the usual arcane elevator is out of order. There are ethereal-looking like strips over the entrance, marking it off, and there's a sign that floats there that says "Be working soon," essentially. And there is an arrow pointing to a staircase. You will have to travel up 20 floors to Therodius Gumshoe's tower.
Before we do that, since Zoon's has been to this school before, is there a department that would know about scrying?
There's a few different professors that you could probably consult. Now, is Zoon on good terms with most of his,
It's a
people?
coin toss.
It's a
I mean,
coin
surely
toss.
he's on really good terms with some, I'm sure.
Oh, really
but-
good terms. I see.
Oh,
Probably a few. Not a lot, but, one or two.
Okay.
It's
Now,
okay
we'll
if not.
I will say, Zoom. Therodius Gumshoe he does dabble in the field of divination. Mostly, you've seen him pitch it as kind of like palm reading, kind of like situations, predicting people's future, but also, scrying. In particular, Zoon, give me a history check. I will give you advantage.
So
It's
does
not
that
very
mean
high.
it's just
not a very high
straight?
DC. Yeah, it's just a straight roll. 18.
Well, oops, I rolled again, but the 18 is my roll.
Okay,
That's what I
that's
was
fine.
rolling.
That's fine. So, Zoon, you will remember that Mr. Gumshoe was scolded and almost expelled from the tower from the headmaster because he was caught scrying on several of his pupils in private times. So the man is very capable of using the spell, as you would know.
That's horrifying. Okay. So, as we're hopping up the stairs, Triss, I feel that you and Professor Gumshoe would have a lot in common. Some areas.
because we're both good with magic.
Yes. you are both good at magic. And
Not the cheap chicks Rosara does.
it's
This time,
not
you better
gonna be
watch
between these
yourself.
two.
Mhm, mhm.
I believe he may be able to help us find Nyarla, as she is an attractive young woman. And yeah, that seems like something he would be able to find.
You think because she's attractive, he would offer to help, not just because he wants to help.
I believe Professor Gumshoe is very highly motivated by appearances and physical beauty, to the point that it is predatory and creepy. So we may be able to use to find her.
So we don't even need Velree to persuade him with flashing eyes.
I'm okay
Probably
with
not. She'll probably help get us in the door, but we could probably describe what we are looking for, and that would probably be enough for him.
Is the plan to go after her when we find out? While we're still doing the so-called Mar bomb.
I say do the Mar bomb. Make sure she's not with them first, because Rogar has me rethinking my rash ideas. And I don't want to risk accidentally murdering her permanently. So
You did good earlier, Zune. You were able to calm yourself down and get yourself de-escalate that situation.
I am working on it.
There was also
I
the
don't want to talk
possibility
about it.
of other innocents being in the vicinity of this bomb. Just so we're aware.
Now, Zune, when you refer to the Mar bomb, are you referring to the devastation orb that I carry in my possession? Or do you have
Unless
something
you
else
know
planned?
of another one. No, that is what I am referring to.
Okay.
Unless you guys are well versed in making bombs. I am not. Actually, this would be the place to make one.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I didn't spend much time in my youth as an anarchist.
That actually does surprise me. But okay.
As you
Stairs.
reach
Out of
the
breath.
20th floor at this point, as all of you have been walking, whew, some of you a little out of breath, some of you fine. You find Professor Gumshoe's office, similar to how you saw it before. The little man is, he's a gnome. He's currently behind his desk. He has his back turned to all of you when you initially. Are you just knocking, or are you entering? Give it a good knock, or are we just gonna burst the door open?
Zune was the student here.
Velree, would you like to do the honors?
Yeah, sure. Bust it open.
Okay,
Oh, I meant like walking sultry,
No,
but this also
slams the door open. Professor Gumshoe has his back turned towards the open doors. He goes, "Oh, oh!" He turns around, sees all of you. He begins to like close his desk drawer as quickly as he can. Hello.
Are there tissues nearby?
I know.
You're back.
Just
You're all back. Oh, so soon. I wasn't expecting you for some time. Well, the lovely Velree has returned. Did you come for that date?
I'll turn back to the party like, okay, we said I didn't have to do this, right?
this is true. We actually, Professor Gumshoe, we have a different proposition for you.
I was planning on transporting you to where I fetch my materials.
We are actually also looking for a very attractive friend of ours who has disappeared.
Do you have a picture of this individual I could use for my scrying?
I do not.
I bet Mo drew a picture of her at some point, you know?
It would have been just like her shroud and everything. We've seen her, if he can look into our minds.
Take my word for it.
Sadly, he was never very good at the whole telepathy thing.
If I described her, would that be enough?
Maybe.
Well, she has albinism. I mean, that's pretty unique.
Mm-hmm.
So
You describe her. You describe her to him.
I'll just-
He scratches his chin the whole time. His little like pencil thin, like little beard and little chin goatee thing he's got going on. Yes, he sounds quite lovely. Well, let's see what I can do. He takes out a small vial of something. He uncorks it and gives it a big whiff. He begins to say a few incantations. And let's see what he finds. I do believe this is a spellcasting ability check. All right. You see him stop and begins to, he stops incanting his spell.
Can I give him some bardic inspiration too?
Well, I'm sorry, I can't find anyone like who you describe. Perhaps they are, not on this plane. You do know of the many planes of existence, correct, Granel? I mean, you did take a class on this, interdimensional travel at one point.
Oh, yes, I know. I know. I remember.
Divination only usually works on your plane of existence. Should you not be present, it will find nothing. Though I could find everything you need, Velree.
I think you'd come up short from what she needs, but
it's not the size that matters, I've been told.
True, it is also skill, which, from what I recall, you lack. But
hey, whoa. Where is this coming from, Granel? I thought that we were good friends.
Oh, of course we are. I've just heard things, people talk. I don't know where this is coming from. I am so sorry.
It's from Janice? It was cold.
It is cold in this room.
I cannot reveal my sources.
Regardless, don't think anything of this.
I'm gonna go over to his desk. Is he still sitting at his desk?
He's kind of behind his desk, yes.
I wanted to look in the drawer.
You gotta look in the drawer?
Rips it open.
You grab a hold of the drawer. Give me a strength check, Velree.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Okay. Nice.
23. That's actually enough. You go to pull, and you have to pull incredibly hard. As the drawer has been arcanely sealed. However, with a 23, you're able to force it open, even breaking the tethers of magic holding it together. He goes, "Oh no!" You pull it open, and as it spills open, you see that there are these little like glass orbs, a collection of them in this drawer. It's not what you think. Just I forget you saw anything.
I'm gonna start smashing them on the ground.
No.
What are they?
Well, I'm assuming it was like the women, him scrying on women, right?
As you begin to smash them, you watch as you smash one, you see an image boil up out of the cloud as it smashes, of just like a woman just like putting a towel on. Looks like she stepped out of like a shower situation, and you see various other possibly students, possibly other staff members are revealed for but a second in a puff of silvery smoke before it is dissipated.
Watching them all. Should be ashamed.
He just holds the broken pieces of glass. You've taken everything from me.
Good. Herbert.
Why?
Must say, dude, this is a little
Why?
weird.
We still need his help.
Well,
He just sits there solemnly, staring at the broken pieces of glass.
Can you still take us?
So maybe we keep this secret between us, huh? We won't tell on you. You help us. It'll be fine, huh? Happy.
What's there to tell? There's no evidence.
Is there or isn't there?
That's a he said, she said situation.
Is.
And I'm the professor here, and you are in the company of a disgraced student, known for his debauchery.
Yeah,
Well,
and you can
I'm
be
not
in
the only one
company
known for
of
their
the gods if
debauchery.
you keep talking that sass.
hang on, guys. Didn't you get in trouble for this before, Professor? Is it such a far stretch of the imagination should an anonymous complaint come in that says you're up to your old tricks again? Now, there are other ways of acquiring information that don't necessarily require physical evidence.
Zune, you can either make a persuasion or a intimidation check. You can choose.
It's intimidation. Can I help? Be scared.
If it's persuasion,
I'm gonna go with persuasion.
Okay, give me a persuasion test.
I'm gonna use a lucky.
Okay.
If it's
Hopefully it
persuasion,
doesn't get
can I
worse.
bat my eyes?
I'm gonna use my last lucky because
Just
YOLO.
smashed all this shit.
23.
Nice.
23. He looks at you.
I mean, as you know, I have a knack for looking into someone's mind, and there are some professors here that taught me that are really good.
Fine. I'll take you to the cave. But I won't take you back. You're on your own.
That's fair.
What if I flash it?
He just kind of
No,
stares at you
Valerie.
for a moment.
I'm just curious what he'd say.
How long?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
Wait, can he make a little orb if I just by looking? How do you make the orb? How do the orbs appear?
You have no idea,
Going to
Velree.
give him an
You're not a
orb?
magic person. You have no idea.
I don't want this to be an orb.
This could be like the internet at San forever. Can I knowledge Arcana to see what exactly it is that made the orbs? If that is...
This would be more a Tristan Varel thing, but sure, Zune. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
I'm staying out of this one.
Tristan, he said, I don't know.
13. I don't know how he does it.
You have no idea. This
I
magic
don't know what this is.
for
I
its
rely
purpose.
on-
It is extremely advanced and bizarre, but he is obviously skilled in his craft.
Velree, I don't have to use magic to get off. So...
I'm just, I'll, however long it takes, but you have to get us back first. You'd have to transfer us back. Or there's no deal.
Rogar says, just come over here. Please sit. Let's have a drink. And I pour him a drink.
Okay.
Rogar, it's only been 2 hours into the day. That's already been
I
I love my
I find this
day.
helps me in
See,
times like
we've
this.
got murder,
Um,
insanity, blackmail, raising the dead, nude, porn shoots. Okay, let's add more. Just rack it up.
All we're missing
I like it.
is the backdoor plan.
This is true. We can come up with one.
Well, if you can't do anything here.
She is a woman of her word.
Well, the
What do you say?
headmaster's got to bug up his ass for my extracurricular activities. So maybe when we get to the cave, we'll work something out.
Yes, nothing better than the cave.
He gives you a very creepy smile as he does so.
Oh God! Insight check. Is this going to get really bad?
Go
Do
ahead
we
and
want
make
to
an
be in a
insight
cave
check
alone with this
soon.
guy? I don't want to be alone in a cave with this man.
This dude is going to end up dead. Don't you worry.
21.
He seems, with the 21, he seems like, what are you trying to ascertain, Zoom?
I'm trying to ascertain if he
if
is
he's
about to pull
dangerous?
some, like if he's about to pull some shady shit on us in that cave.
Shady things? More than likely, Zoom. You can tell that he is not he is a
devious
detestable
little shit.
individual. But as far as will it be physical harm, you're not sure.
I don't think it will.
Probably not.
Mental harm.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Is there another way we can get there? I don't like this.
The late Velree already made the offer.
I know, but we don't have to accept it. We can tell her no.
I've got classes starting soon. If you would like to make this deal, we can just go ahead and go now. I've got time. I've got about half an hour.
Your call, guys.
Oh.
And I'm going to message. I'm going to message Trist and tell him to prepare something because the professor has something up his sleeve.
There's something.
I don't like the look of it. This guy's scary.
This is between Velree and Zoom.
Okay.
Okay.
It's gonna be really awkward when this guy ends up dead. Or we end up dead. All right, let's go.
Okay. Very well. Follow me. Follow me. He's got a little kick in his step as he moves forward. He brings you into the back where he has all of his exotic plants, which are just kind of everywhere. I am, of course, a fun guy after all. I told you that before, didn't I? He brings you over to a specific plant that has been grown in a strange pattern across the floor, and almost like these linking vines. Everyone inside the circle. And this is, in fact, the teleportation circle that he showed you before. All of you move to within, and after a minute, he begins to cast his spell. A all too familiar feeling of traveling a vast distance begins to overtake all of you. As one moment you're in the Cinderbane Tower, and the next you are in a wooded area outside of a small but quaint town known as Orazer. It is hilly, but almost plains-like in its lack of dense trees. Only tightly packed bushes and lesser foliage break up the monotonous hills, with the jutting mountains of the Wandering Heights to the south and the plateau of the Shrieking Forest to the east can be seen. Nearby, there is a cave mouth that descends down into the ground. This must be the cave that Professor Gumshoe uses for his delving, his private stock of material.
Oh, well, that was quite exhilarating, was it not? I'll tell you what. Maybe I play a little hooky, call the rest of the day off. I'll wait for you here a couple hours. And I'll be willing to take you back to the tower. Of course, you will have to deliver on that price we spoke of first.
Why is that once we get back safely?
Well, we're here now.
Nobody wants anything to say? Nothing?
She is good on her word. I'm going to use persuasion. And she is also a lady. She has, as far as I know, not been with anyone along her travels.
He looks at you in sheer
I am telling the
disbelief.
truth. I am
Sheer
telling the
disbelief,
truth.
Zune. He looks at you.
Granel, please.
Well, he knows she wasn't with me.
Please, Granel.
Now come on.
You
I
should
don't
know.
know if there's anything.
One
She
deviance
is a
to
lady.
another. You
She
should
is
know
a
that.
lady.
I cannot take your word on this. I need something up front.
One deviant to another. I don't make people pay with their bodies. But
Please, Zune. How
mm,
dare
yeah.
you?
I'm saying she is worth her word and she is a lady. She's not just some floozy. She's not like your proteges at the college. If you
Well-
want something really good, sometimes you have to wait for it, and sometimes you have to work for it. At least that is what I've been learning. So,
Give
as a
me the
lady.
persuasion check at disadvantage because he does
I'm
not like
trying
what you
so
have to say.
darn hard. I know, but I'm trying so hard to not have her have to. All right, 23 and 35, so 23.
Jesus Christ.
I say we just let's just go, and then we can, we'll figure out what we're gonna do on them before we get back.
23, he says,
She is a lady.
2 hours. Then I'm gone.
That's fair. That's fair.
Trist, your passive perception is eerily high. You see, as you all begin to turn around to hopefully search for the Mar stronghold that you were looking for, that you see Professor Gumshoe take something out of his pocket as you guys are leaving. And it looks like one of those little small glass orbs. He kind of picks it up and then puts it up to his eye. You see almost like a little image get captured into it. And he puts it back in his pocket as all of you walk away. Also, your passive perception is ridiculously high, Trist. You would see, as you get to the top of this little hill that you've been transported to, off in the distance, not very far from here, there appears to be a structure. Probably an hour's walk. You can't get the fine details from this distance, but there appears to be something off in the distance that is not natural. Gumshoe might know what it is, but you've ruined his life in various ways already, so he will not be helping you, to say the least.
He ruined his own life, but yes, that did not work out. Right.
I guess we go to this place here.
Do you have any more friends, Trist, that you want to introduce us to?
No. What was your conversation about? Why were you guys taking so long for this negotiation? I mean, we knew where we were going. Why did you guys take so long for us to get here?
Don't worry about it, Tris.
Oh. Touchy subject.
Touchy subject indeed. As the crew begins to walk towards the structure off in the distance, you quickly come to realize as a little bit of time passes that it is the remnants of what used to be a castle and possibly a small town. It appears to be in ruin. Anybody that has experience in the dynasty can give me a history check. I would let Razire make a check.
Ooh.
What are we checking?
History.
History. $18.
Okay. This wasn't incredibly hard, but you get quite a bit more with an 18 and a 21 for sure. What you find as you are approaching is all of you know of Orazer. It's a smaller town far to the south, towards the border of the dynasty, before you get to the Whispering Dunes. It's a place where almost like a village has sprung up in the need of staffing the keep that protects the Whispering Dunes from the dynasty, or perhaps vice versa. Regardless, though, with that high of a check, you would know that this was not always the case. About 100 years ago, the town of Orazer was not located where it currently is. It is located in the direction where you are moving. There once was a castle. And not only was there a castle, there was a town, and there was, in fact, what would you call this? A burgeoning rebellion was spawned from this very land. As from Castle Orazer, the birth of the Goblin Rebellion took place. The previous town was ultimately destroyed in this rebellion, as the Shogun put it to the torch. The remnants of this long gone war can be found if you know where to look. From outside, it looks like a picked-over ruin, a pile of debris and burnt timber with the stone fortress still somewhat intact, but heavily damaged and overgrown with vine and weeds. It appears to be empty from a distance, but as you get closer, you see movement. And not just like creatures moving about, milling about, more methodical, perhaps guards. And as you contemplate what could be happening in this ancient, or not so much ancient, this long forgotten ruin, that's what we're getting in tonight's episode of Emberfell Whispers from the Stars. Yeah, a lot of stuff happened tonight, guys. A lot of things for sure.
A lot of stuff did happen.
Got a little out of hand, perhaps one might say.
Did it? It did not.
Did it?
It did not.
Did it? Well,
Yeah.
Regardless, let's do favorite
I
moments.
didn't specify what I was going to flash.
Just because
Hey.
you had to rein in all 5 of your chaos goblins does not mean things got interesting.
Fine. Let's start. Let's start with Rogar. Favorite moment of the night, Rogar.
How I lost, gosh. I think it's either the glass smashing or the rehashing of the It's not my fault I killed my father. It's your fault I killed my father.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You
Said
know.
that again.
One of those two. They're both really good. It was funny. I was beside myself with laughter.
Mm-mm. How about Velree? You know, favorite moment of the night, Velree?
You know, I it was just a good night overall. You know, I had to ride a dragon again,
True. You did.
and you know, that's always a good start to your day. Um, I got to, you know, listen. I only cared because they didn't. It wasn't a consensual, and that's why I was so angry. And me offering my own body, it was consensual, and I didn't specify what I was going to flash him. So really, I haven't promised anything. Really.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And I will say, I did not feel like Rogar really enjoyed those moments in real life. I thought he was like, I think I've made terrible choices, but it's fine.
Well, there we go. That is. How about Zune? You know, favorite moment of the night, Zune?
Well, I did appreciate the glass smashing. I kind of was at first like, oh, this isn't gonna, we're upsetting him. And of course, I always have that ditzy moment of like, what's in the glass, personally? And then it's like, oh. And then I think that became my favorite moment because I was like, yeah, fuck him. Personal level. But that aside, I appreciated Old Man Trist and his disgusting images of Zune's sister.
You know, hey, it's not me. Blame your other party member that made this man, okay?
I blame you.
I know. It's disgusting. Alan, disgusting. But I feel like there was a lot of sex in this one, and it's really weird because my character was not the one that was responsible for any of it. So it was an odd night. I was very well behaved tonight.
So bored.
It also was not my
behaved.
fault. Yes, thank you. I worked really hard. Development.
That's my fault. Yep. So strides were made, indeed.
Yeah.
How about Resire? Favorite moments of the night, Resire?
Trist's inspired thinking to teleport us back to old Trist's house. And then, you know,
oh no, he froze. He froze.
All
right. You froze for a moment. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, scrambling to put all everything together for old Trist, and then having my magic insulted, cheap parlor tricks. Person's lucky they're still standing to insult.
It's true.
To insult Our Lady like
after,
that.
Yeah, after what Resire did.
Obviously, they are not worthy of contest of swords. It was good fun. Good time. Good job. Good times.
How about old Tristan Farrell?
First off, in my defense, it was Anthony that made.
Hey, don't you shift it on me?
He was the one that made my love interest just happen to be related to another party member.
That is true. I did do that.
I just gave him the character. Also, the embarrassment that I suffered in front of my older self.
Yes.
You know, I was trying to be nice and let people in on the life of Tristan Burrell, and they shit on it. They embarrassed me.
Oh no. Oh.
They finally get to meet, you know.
Resire was grateful.
Thank you, Resire. You know,
yes, Zune was also grateful for the opportunity to embarrass you.
You meet almost a normal version of me, not a tiefling version or a satyr version. Just older me. What you know, it gets labeled a pervert. Sick old man. Velree
man.
threatens him, tries to beat him up.
Tries to beat up an old man. Yes, it's very par for the course.
Just trying to help people. You know, that's all I'm trying to do.
I agree. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting a trip to Professor Trist's house for sure. A lot of things came out of it, though. A lot of things could have come out of it as well. We'll see how that goes. Regardless, though, if I had a favorite moment, it was definitely. I mean, I like a little shady goblin man. I can't help myself. And he's a gnome, but it's a similar. I like my little creepy guys. I just like them. It's my thing. And what do you know? I put little things here and there, and they get discovered, and then people have adverse reactions to them. I don't know what's going on, but I'm definitely looking forward to our next interaction with Therodias Gumshoe for sure. Hopefully, we'll see. Regardless, though, awesome session, everyone. Hopefully, you enjoyed it. I know I did. I seemed like everyone else did, at least. Thank you guys very much for watching. Those of you that have been watching thus far. We, of course, do enjoy a good comment down in the comment section. If you would like to place one, we all read them and whatnot. Do make sure to check out both Velree and Dan on social medias. I've got links in the description to their various social media presences. And of course, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, where you can see more Emberfell, amongst many other things. And that's going to be that. So yes, thank you guys very much for watching. This has been Whispers from the Stars, and we will see you in the next one. Have a good day.